Welcome to the Stay Vibrant podcast, where you unleash your freedom and ignite your passion. Let's get started. Does the holiday season leave you feeling more drained than joyful? Do you find it hard to say no, even when it comes at the cost of your peace? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into why so many women over 40 struggle with boundaries and how you can overcome this during the busiest season of the year. Hi, my name is Melanie Kiss, a NLP mindset coach, passionate about helping women over 40 to find balance, align their mind, body, and soul, and create a life that feels joyful and authentic. I know the holidays, it can bring up all kinds of challenges, especially when it comes to managing expectations and protecting your energy. So in this episode, I'll walk you through why boundaries feel so difficult, especially for women of our generation. Then I'll share my 7-step cheat sheet to help you set boundaries without guilt so you can enjoy the holidays with ease and confidence. And if you haven't downloaded the 7-step cheat sheet, don't worry. The link is in the description. If you do have it, you could follow through with it as you self-reflect. But don't worry, it is available at any time. So the holiday stress can start as early as November. Heck, probably October for some people. You start to think about all the money you need to spend on gifts. Maybe you start gift buying even in the summer, and this accumulates. You need to buy food, maybe travel expenses, and maybe you feel like the holiday is one big boozy drunken fest. Who knows? And you finally have the courage to stop drinking, or at least slow down, but you know that good old colleague of yours, or maybe, a family member will stumble your way and keep pushing you that drink. And I mean, you probably can say no. You've worked so hard on yourself, but you're starting to think to yourself, why am I even putting myself in that situation? Or maybe you have narcissistic parents or family members or coworkers. Maybe past trauma has you stressed out over seeing someone just because it's Christmas. Why? Why do we put ourselves in these kinds of situations? So let's dive right into our desired state and the steps to take to break free. Now, if you have the guide, like I said, take it out, follow along. And if not, you could download it and re-listen to this podcast. So step-by-step breakdown. Like I mentioned, you want to identify your desired state. So right now you're in your current state. You start thinking about the holidays and there's a negative feeling that sets in when you think about the holiday season. Like I said, it could be a family member, it could be a coworker, it could be the money that you need to spend. There are many reasons why you may feel negativity towards the holiday season. So what you want to do is go into your desired state. What would that look like? If you had a magic wand, what would that desired state look like? So start by imagining what an ideal holiday season looks like for you. Is it peaceful, filled with meaningful connections, or more focused on self-care? You have more downtime, so you can take care of yourself, but then you know that you have to go out there, all these parties. So think about the positive and how all that positivity looks like for you. I want you to write down 1 or 2 words that capture how you want to feel during this time. And it's important to be very specific because that's how our brains function when you're trying to set a specific goal. You might have many reasons why the holiday season drives you crazy. It's maybe not just work, maybe it is family, maybe it is money, maybe it's all of it. But think about just one thing at this moment so you could get that clarity. And that clarity will make setting boundaries easier. So what you want to think about is your environment. Your surroundings play a huge role in how you experience the holidays. So ask yourself, what changes can I make to support my desired state? So for example, if you want calm, maybe you could scale back holiday decor or limit hosting events at your home. Small tweaks can make a big difference. Maybe you don't want to go to that big work holiday party, but you have a few amazing coworkers that you'd love to see. So maybe you guys could just get together and go for dinner or just for a coffee, but make it holiday theme so it doesn't feel like just another day at work. So what does that environment look like to you? Now, let's talk about our behaviors. Boundaries aren't just about saying no. They're about intentional actions. So think about what behaviors support your goals. For instance, if you need downtime, block off evenings for yourself. So here's a tip. Practice habit stacking. Pair a boundary setting behavior, like journaling, with something you already do, like drinking your morning coffee. So it's all about the actions that you decide to take. Actions are your behaviors, and that behavior carries into your environment. Now you have many amazing capabilities. So setting boundaries is a skill. And like any skill, it gets better with practice. So start small. Rehearse saying no in low-stake situations. If you're unsure how to phrase a boundary, use this simple script. I'd love to, but I can't commit to that right now. You have the capacity to be able to kindly say no without over-explaining why you can't. If an invitation is sent to you, you could say, thank you. That sounds awesome, but I'm unavailable at that time. That's all that needs to be said. You don't need to come up with any other reasons or excuses, because at the end of the day, you only have you to be with and deal with your emotions. Core beliefs. So much of our guilt comes from limiting beliefs like, I have to make everyone happy. So shift to empowering beliefs like, my needs are valid. I exist in family gatherings. So tips, write down one belief that feels true for you and repeat it whenever guilt creeps in. Let me repeat that. Core beliefs can be empowering. My needs are valid. Do you ever sometimes feel at work or maybe a family gathering that no one is listening to you and you feel like nothing that you say is important and you don't feel validated? You don't necessarily want validation from other people, but you do deserve to feel good in certain situations. So get that validity from yourself first, and then let it go by not putting yourself in situations that make you feel less than. Values. Oh, I love this topic on values. So boundaries reflect your values. Ask yourself, what matters most to me during the holidays? Maybe it's family, health, or rest, let these values guide you in your decision. So here's a tip. Choose 3 core values for the season and use them as filters when deciding where to invest your energy. And if you're not sure what your values are, I do have an amazing technique that you could use to really pinpoint on the values, your core values that are important to you, but that are not attached to limiting beliefs from past experiences. And this could be found in my Radiant Starter course. True identity and meaning. So think about the person you're becoming as you set boundaries. Someone who honors her needs and shows up authentically for the people she loves. When you align your boundaries with your deeper purpose, it's easier to see them as acts of love for yourself and others, and not a way of pushing back or trying to hurt somebody else. You're really protecting yourself. And when you start to feel good, the energy that radiates from you is so much better and positive that really it shows that it comes from love and not hatred. All right. We've heard of the ego, we've heard of the soul, and the power of focus. Your ego might resist change, right? Our ego is our friend and is trying to protect us, and it whispers things like, "You'll let everyone down." Acknowledge this, right? This is normal human behavior, but don't let it drive your actions. Let your soul take the lead. It knows what you truly need. You know, that gut feeling that says, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Maybe you shouldn't be going. Maybe you shouldn't spend more money. Listen to your soul. And the brain thrives on focus. So practice these steps with one boundary at a time to build confidence. And let that compound over time. All right, so let's recap here. By following these 7 steps, you could set boundaries that protect your peace, align with your values, and create a more meaningful holiday season. To help you get started, I've created that free cheat sheet, the holiday boundary blueprint, the 7 steps to protect your energy without guilt. So download it now. And I'd love to hear about your boundary wins, right? You can't just think, oh my goodness, I'm not going to set boundaries and here I go another holiday without taking action. But celebrate your wins, the smallest of wins. Just the fact that you're here listening with your cheat sheet and you're thinking about what you're going to do next is a step, is a win. Because it takes time. So share your wins with me on Instagram or tag me in your stories so we could celebrate together. And in the next episode, right, because this is a series of 3, we'll talk about shifting from guilt to grace and how to handle pushback when setting boundaries and reclaim your time and energy. So I thank you for spending time with me today. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with a friend who might need a little boundary inspiration. Remember, this takes time. It took me years to get to this point of peace over the holidays by setting boundaries. It was not easy, but I'm a better person today. So until next time, take care. And protect your peace. You deserve it. Stay vibrant.